Welcome back to Simply Southern. I'm Melissa Bowman. As we continue our commemoration of the 100th anniversary of the Alabama Farmers Federation, we're joined today by some folks who represent the future of our organization. They're active members and they're leaders on a state level. Today we're joined by Mark Byrd, Jonathan Sanders, and Grace Ellis. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We're going to start with you, Mark. First of all, tell me what first motivated you to become a member of the Federation?
Several years ago, I had one of the current members at that time to approach us, and Sandy and I, my wife, we had a poultry operation. We were very young and had not known of this organization. So he approached us and said, y'all need to get involved. And then now, years later, we're serving on the board and on the state committee.
What about you, Jonathan? Why did you first decide to become a member?
I first got involved when I went to a young farmers meeting at Auburn University. I found just a tremendous group of people up there, several of which I still serve in leadership positions with today.
And what about you, Grace? Why did you decide to join?
I was first exposed to the Farmers Federation through Auburn Young Farmers and really enjoyed the culture there and the networking opportunities with folks who are, had similar backgrounds that I had.
And Grace, why do you feel it's important to get involved in the Federation?
I think it's vitally important to get involved. I live in a very rural community. My husband and I have a stocker cattle operation there. And although it is a very rural community, there are not a lot of farmers there. And so often it feels like we're sort of on an island by ourselves. But when we come to Farmers Federation functions, we are reminded that there is an entire network of people across the state. And it's no secret that there is absolutely strength in numbers.
And Mark, back to you. What do you hope the future holds for farming in the state of Alabama?
Well, I certainly hope it just grows and grows and grows. We have 2 children that's farming along with us that's following our footsteps. We want the best for them in the future.
And what do you hope the future holds for farming in the state of Alabama?
Innovation and technology is the key points of any industry being able to survive, and I hope that we continue to be able to innovate in agriculture. We're always going to be feeding the world, but we have to do it better every time.
And again, speaking to the future of farming, how do you think the Federation can help make those hopes become a reality?
Education, I mean, that's the key. And I think in the year 2020, when we started into the COVID, a lot of people's eyes were open. And we realized that food really doesn't come from grocery stores. That comes from the farm.
Grace, what about you? How do you think the Federation can help those hopes become a reality?
Well, I think being able to have a good team, a good grassroots effort, political effort is really important because it helps us to be able to keep our legislators in the know of what we're doing and why what we do is so important.
So Jonathan, why do you feel that people not involved in farming should care about the centennial anniversary of the Federation?
Well, the Federation has been very powerful in the state, just being a voice for agriculture, being a powerhouse for agriculture in order to promote jobs, promote the economy, and help us to have a competitive advantage when it comes to competing with other states for that economic impact.
And Grace, what are your thoughts about that? Why should people who are not involved in agriculture care about the centennial anniversary of the Federation?
Even folks who are not involved in agriculture, you still participate in agriculture at least 3 times a day. Every time you have a meal or anytime you slip that favorite pair of jeans on, you are participating in agriculture. And so I think it's a wonderful testament to someone who's on the outside that farmers in Alabama are thriving and that we're working hard to provide a safe and reliable product to our consumers.
Well, Mark, Jonathan, Grace, thank you so much for your contributions to the Federation, and thank you for joining us today. Coming up, hope you are hungry because Stacy Little will be in the kitchen making homemade sloppy joes. Stay with us.
What sustains us? Food? Family? Faith. Alabama farmers live those things every day. They conserve our resources, clothe our families, and fill our tables. They cultivate jobs for our communities and values for our future. Farmers grow it all, right here in Alabama.
What one thing can you say about your local quality co-op store? You can trust us. You get what you need for your farm, for your lawn and garden, and the safest products for your pets. We're locally owned and operated, and you can trust that we care about our community and the people in it. So if you're a raised bed gardener, a rose gardener, or if you farm hundreds of acres, the Quality Co-op Store has exactly what you need to get the job done. All this plus friendly, knowledgeable advice. Your Quality Co-op Store. There's one near you.
A farmer has to live on faith. We do all we can do, but we can only control so much.
Alabama is the second largest poultry growing state in the nation, so we're trying our best to grow all the corn we can for that.
What we produce not only feeds and clothes all of the United States, but about half of what we make goes on to the world market.
We've been able to improve yields, have some things that can help us produce a better crop. I'm proud of the product we make and proud that I can say I'm an Alabama farmer.
For more Simply Southern, follow us on social media. And while you're online, visit our website, simplysouthern.tv.net. Simply Southern continues in a moment.
Sweet Grown Alabama is such an amazing brand. It'll be great for consumers to be able to connect immediately with an Alabama grown or made product.
Sweet Grown Alabama, what it means to us is community. By buying Sweet Grown Alabama, you are able to support your community and kind of play your part and help the farmers.
There's a huge advantage just to your local community by buying local, whether it's local farms or local businesses.
Find Sweet Grown Alabama farms, markets, restaurants, and stores near you at sweetgrownalabama.org.